maybe 10 minutes flight.
Ready?
Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
This is going to be a nightmare. Hi, I'm Brian. Okay, lighting-wise, I need you to follow me. I'm going to go from here. Hi, I'm Brian Singer, and I'm in Sydney, Australia, where we're making Superman. And the purpose of this is sort of a buy or try weekly blog to enable you to see a little bit of what we're doing here behind the scenes. So this is the first one. We'll be doing them as often as we can, and I hope you enjoy it. Did you get? I wanted to. You were not moving. Like I need you to move. You're going to stand there, and then you're going to see the opera house. You can probably cut right after that. This entire house was constructed on a sound stage and then disassembled, rebuilt here in Tamworth, and then redressed. Upstairs, what up until moments ago is going to be Clark Kent's bedroom. Unfortunately, when he wakes up, I want to be able to look out the window at the barn. As of a few moments ago, I moved it from this room to this room. We're going to put Clark's bed here so that I can show him asleep and then kind of move up and show the expanse of the farm, the grain silos, then move around and show the barn, and just as I'm doing that, Brandon will wake up into frame. Am I going to be bitten by anything out here?
No, you're not.
Scared! Let's take a little walk around the barn. So the barn, as you can see, has been built with a lot of slatting so we can get light through there. Hey, Guy, can I climb this ladder and go upstairs?
Ladder. No, you know what? Don't. Let's wait for a real ladder. They'll bring us.
Oh, come on.
No, you really shouldn't, Brian.
Okay, little heights issue.
John, it's safe to stand up here.
Oh, yeah. Ow! For about 12 weeks, we've been growing corn, and it's now reached maturity. And if you look out there, where that grain silo is, you'll see corn at about 5.5 feet.
Well,
that's all our corn. We grew it all. It's pretty extraordinary.
Imagine with that roof.
With a wider lens, it will pull those things apart and yet get you all the background pasture. I love the phone poles. Those are amazing. Those are amazing.
That sells it, doesn't it? As a real road.
It does. That'll be the road that Ben Hubbard leaves the farm on.
Yep, definitely.
And then she's got to go out in basically that direction.
Do you want to look at it from out in the field back?
That's another great shot. If we want to walk around, you can see the whole farm from all the way around.
What we're doing in here is we put together a highline scenario for young Stefan, who is young Clark in the movie, and he has to run and jump through this cornfield at incredible speeds and incredible distances of jumping. So what I need you to really think about doing, we're going to actually take you into the track, we're going to pick you so you're about that far off the ground, and you have to run, and we're just going to travel you down the track.
He got a call back to talk to Brian, because Brian was in town talking to a few people. And that was it. We went down to he does really wild stuff at home. So this is actually, I know it's safer here than some of the stuff he does at home. So
I know it's an awkward feeling because your hips are being suspended one way, and this is pulling up in your crotch area this way, and your legs don't have anywhere to go. But you're going to have to consciously force yourself to keep your legs straight down in front of where they're going to make it look natural. There's the mechanics of him working in the harnesses and learning how the harnesses feel or discomforts, because nothing's comfortable. It's a tolerance level. Learning about his timing on the wires, how to follow the skates above, and those are all the mechanics. The signals or cues that Glenn or myself are giving him about when to jump, when to bring the winch up to give him his elevation. Those are all mechanics. And then becomes a comfort level of where he feels comfortable doing all those things. And now, because what we want to do is get him to a point where it's strictly acting. He's making all the motions, it comes to him naturally, and then he's just listening to Brian about what his emotions are, and he's having a good time. Way better. I don't know what, if it's just a matter of relaxing into it or you're just feeling more comfortable, but way better. We just finished up the last part of his training here, and we're tearing down the rigs now, and they're actually going to pack up and we head for Tamworth. And the next time we see him, we'll be up in Tamworth in the cornfields.
Disneyland's nothing compared to this. We're going to Tamworth
to shoot the beginning of Superman.
It's an exciting day for Superman, and it's an exciting day for our movie.
Work on a farm.
Finally, we're going to work on a farm.
We're going to go milk some sheep.
And we're going to make a
among
movie.
other things. This is Dingo, imbued with superpowers beyond belief. The power to chase you out of a room with one pile of his feces. But he's the unofficial mascot.
Is he Kryptonian? How you feeling?
Feeling lovely. When you're boarding an aircraft, get on the plane with as many of your friends as possible, so if it goes down, you don't feel alone. Ready to fly? Brad, yes. Brad.
We'll come down to about 500 feet.
500 feet.
It's the minimum we can go to, so we'll
Okay.
somewhere between.
You gonna be okay?
You're gonna be okay.
All right.
You're a bit sensitive, are you?
A little bit.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. He'll be fine.
fine.
He'll be fine. Dude, you're a visual effects supervisor. You've been in helicopters, done all kinds of stuff.
Bars will paint it out.
We're gonna do one. We're gonna actually buzz right straight over the farm. So hopefully you can get something out the front window. I don't know. Don't zoom in and out so much, and get the farm to the left of you. All right, enough playing around with the jet. Now we're gonna get back to work. The sky's nice though. It'll be great for the twilight.
Six tons of wood, 4 miles of road, an access road for this, 200 square hectares of corn that we've grown for this site, specifically for shots that Brian needed. I'll start by giving you the basic geography. North is in that direction, south is in that direction. This is the optimum sort of situation for Tom to be shooting in. This is Kent Farm. It's not a direct copy from the original John Barry design from 1976. We wanted to try something different. Brian's shots are a lot more complicated and involved. There's a lot of emotional scenes here. And it's been designed very much around exactly what Brian needed for his scenes. This is the kitchen window. We have this rather large window here which plays a very important scene. The room above is one of the changes Brian has made. That's now Clark's bedroom. Which I think is a good decision in the end. I think he's actually chosen a better scenario for us in terms of showing off the scope of the farm. And if we take a walk around the back, I'll explain some of the things that we've tried to design in for the Superman fans. Classic picket fence. This in the original house would have been the main entranceway, and through some retrofitting is now the back door which leads to the kitchen. The famous tree house for real Superman fans who have followed his life from the beginning, they'll understand what the tree house means. One of the trickiest things in construction for us is making a roof that actually has some age to it. It's actually harder to make a roof collapse than it is to build a roof perfectly straight. Behind it you'll see 2 grain cellars. They're there to actually hide the position of the spaceship, the crash pod, which if you pan a little further over to the right, you'll actually see the crest of that. We'll get a closer look at that with Brian next.
Looks good.
Just use the, there you go. I can. Come on, one more go. Wait. There we go.
Is this okay for me to do?
Yes, Brian. As long as you don't let go.
You sure this is safe, guy?
Yeah, go on. Get going.
It feels very flimsy.
Get up there. It's not flimsy.
It's bolted to the ground.
If he's holding it, Brian, don't worry.
I'm most impressed by the gigantic spaceship that crashed in Ma Kent's backyard. Because when you write the charred fuselage of Superman's massive ship, it's like 5 little words, and then you realize you come out here, it's like 5 little words equates this giant, beautiful, massive spaceship.
This needs to be about 5 feet deeper.
Yeah, we had some issues with that.
Well, it has to be. It's a trench, yeah. So these hills shouldn't be that high, but it's got to be a trench.
My cinematographer is using his veteran status of 10 years working with me. He's always about a good 15 minutes behind when I'm blocking a shot. Tom Siegel! Newton Thomas Siegel! Steven Seagal!
You're in the dead center.
You know what he should do? I think it's even cooler if the sprinkler's just going and he goes, he blasts right through the water and then lands, boom, wet. Just a little wet, and he's like, and then he just kind of wipes his puts the glasses back on, wipes the water off, and looks back at the farm, and it's beautiful, and then he just goes, 1, 2, 3, and he jumps over the entire
over the sprinkler again.
Thing, over the sprinkler, over the fair fields, over everything.
Yes.
So something else to just think about. Just add dimension to the scene.
So my here's my logistic problems. I mean, I can put the crane here. I can put the crane.
Welcome back, Brian. Hey, how's it going? Hello.
How are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
See ya, hey. How's it going? Hey, welcome.
Brian, Peter Jackson calling for you.
Yeah, hang on. Him, Matt or Peter?
Peter.
Oh, hang on. That's cool. Yeah. Hello? Hey, Peter. This is he. Well, we've shot 2 weeks, and then we've moved into night, so I'm just sort of at the office, just going through previs. Previs? Do you need some previs people? Because we're sort of winding, and we've got a lot. Most of ours done. We've got a lot of. I mean, yeah. I mean, I could come there. Yeah, I would have to try to arrange some kind of transportation. Where are you exactly? You're in Wellington. Some kind of private flight. That would be good, and I may be able to ask someone. But I could probably arrange something like that. But
they're in costume.
Thank you.
Wardrobe.
Whoop, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Just say you're trying.
Sorry. Okay. Leave them on from.
But even Virgin Atlantic, they fly down every day, so we'll have a few hours. Depends whether they want a big plane or
It's
mad.
Hello, is this it?
Yeah, this is it.
Cool.
Come on over.
All right.
We're about to get underway.
Okay.
How was the weather in Australia?
The weather in Australia is better than this. It's the light. It's the light.
What are you here doing, Brian?
I'm here helping Peter Jackson out. Apparently he's become fatigued in the process of making King Kong.
I'm good. So you don't actually have to direct anything unless I'm physically asleep. Okay. I mean, you're here more to just in case I fall asleep. Okay. So just yeah. But I mean, I think a little bit of sleep will help me get through this. So if you see me asleep, just jump in.
I'll just okay.
You
I've seen the previs. I've seen it. I've seen it all. I even watched the King Kong movies on the plane. I watched the old one.
Yeah.
And then I watched some of the one from '76.
Yeah, no.
And but
yeah. We don't go more 33 than 76.
Yeah. Okay. I want to ask you about. Well. Okay. All right. Cool. Just let me look at this again.
See, right now it says a pair of carnivorous dinosaurs. I could add one more.
I think you could add pretty much anything. Just a shot.
Big bugs or something. We'll get there. Just skip to the end. Wow.
There's the line.
Brian, are you okay? Can I help you?
We're just going through the scene. You know Mike.
Yeah.
He just here's a backup.
Yeah.
Just a backup.
And feel free and like alert me when he does wake up so that I can step off and he can step back on.
Yep.
I am.
Look forward to working with you.
Oh yes, well, you guys are finishing soon, and we're going to be going till September on Superman. So, in fact, anyone here, we could sort of steal some crew. I don't want to step on this part of the set because this part has been dressed. Who the f*** on that? Actually, it's me. Sorry about that. Peter has gone to the bathroom, so I will sit here in his chair, in his very comfortable, unique director's chair.
A speaker out there for you, so
Right,
you'll be
sort
here
of God mic, we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my crew hates that. My crew hates my voice, so they kind of take this kind of stuff away from me. Oh. Apparently, I'm the first person to sit in Peter's chair.
I'm a little tired today, so that if I have a little nap, do you mind if Brian carries on?
I'm Brian Singer. So nice to meet you. Hi.
I love your work.
Thank you.
So I'm
yours
not
as well.
Brian's just here to help, but if I'm a little tired, I might just get Brian to do something. It's getting a little tired towards the end now.
If I'm taking you in the wrong direction or anything like that, just tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Or if it's
Yeah. If he wakes up, Victoria's gonna let us know. And wow, that's Andy Serkis.
He's literally probably reach out a foot, if you think about the scale.
It's gonna get awfully wet.
Do you want to try it?
yeah. Try anything, I suppose.
Can I? Please? You gonna be all right?
So I just want to.
Okay. But in the old days, a director would show up and actually just be on the set, and it would be like an arranged marriage. You'd show up, and then the actor would just be there, and you would just do the scene. But for like a new guy to be suddenly there after she comes out of makeup is probably somewhat strange. You ready, Naomi? Yeah. Kong lands. Then you go through the action to the back. You'll play through it, and then they charge. You charge at each other, sort of, and then that's when you duck out. But you don't have to hit the ground this time, I'm told.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good. All right. And action. Kong lands. T-Rex is coming. You back up. Now you're sort of between his arms. They're around you. All right. And he charges. Right, and cut. Okay, cut. You all right? You didn't need to throw yourself on there, but that's okay because it's.
Get carried away.
But if you got up at 6, you'd get here by 8. I mean, it's only a couple of hours from City.
Yeah, we're shooting. Well, we're shooting.
If you get here at 8, I could have a little sleep, and I wouldn't need to show up till about 11 or 12 in the morning. If you were able to start at 8, it would be best for me. I mean, it would be cool actually if you could just. Get up,
Okay.
Does that?
Yeah. I can also set the last shot and leave in time to get to the airport by then. And
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little tired. I'm gonna be a little tired, but yeah, definitely. It's good to see you. You feel good. Hang in there. We'll see you again shortly. It's fun. Cool. King Kong.
Today we got a crowd scene. We're outside the Metropolis Hospital. We've converted a subway station into the entrance of a hospital because we like the architecture so much. Let's put it this way, when we went to the farm we built it all, so we had total control over it. That's a set, we have total control over it. The key difference here is this is a location, which means we have a limited amount of time to get as much done as we can for when Brian arrives.
Well, this shot's specific because of lighting issues, so it's two things working against you. We have about 1,200 extras, then you enhance that with visual effects, but still over 2,000 people working at that moment, so
that combined with the critical nature of light, we're losing light. We want that sort of overcast sense to the scene. At the same time, the sun is all going down, so the clock is ticking, and you've got 2,000 people, and it's just a matter of not letting that distract you.
These guys will be gone. So you kind of come around here. You don't look at her or anything. Focus is there.
Crowd sequences are the big test of the first AD and his team, or her team, because that's their directorial palette. Sometimes I get on the microphone myself just to let the background talent know that they're directly involved with the making of the picture. Everything they do is crucial, right down to someone who's 500 feet from the camera. Mostly it's really the assistant director's job, JP's job, to keep that flowing and keep that real.
We're going to head you on back to the holding area, see some of you tomorrow. Thank you very much for a great day.
It's always the most annoying thing in a movie when people are running in two different directions. Because if one person's going someplace urgently, where the hell's the other person going?
Oh, that's excellent.
So your full name again?
Oh, Mark Tyndall. How cool is that? That's awesome.
It's going to get in my way. Can I put it in my back pocket?
Yeah.
Here we are at Fox Studios, Sydney, and we're going to take a look at some of the first projected digital material from the Genesis camera. So this is what we flew back for. It's going to be dark in here. This is Star Wars? Excuse me, we're in the wrong theater. Just kidding. Okay, we're being mic'd and we're being videotaped. Is bounce light working? Okay, let's talk about my still photographer, David James, who has systematically delivered some of the most gorgeous prints to my trailer. In all of them, I look younger than Dan and Mike. The man knows how to keep his job.
One of the things we're trying to learn is the translation between color correcting on a little tiny monitor and seeing it on big screens. You know, it's a whole new language, it's a whole new technology, so to really explore all the stuff that we can get out of it, we're gonna make some mistakes along the way. We're gonna learn some things along the way, but we're gonna discover. I mean, look at that.
Did someone have to drive a truck to get that dust to kick up? When you pan down, you can see with the Genesis camera, you could see Jupiter, and then pan down from Jupiter and use it as a tracking point for stars, the actual planet.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The Genesis camera.
Wow. That's sick.
You know who needs a lot of credit? The lady who did the color correction.
I want to know something. This is actually very important, Trish, so we'll put the spotlight on you. We have a pipeline issue, or do we, in terms of film? Is Elliot, the editor, getting the material at the same speed that he would if this were film?
Yes, exactly.
No.
He says no.
Why do you say no?
Why do you say no? Why do you say no? Because you're drunk and have had lots of wine?
No, hold on a second. Wait a second. If we were shooting in Tamworth,
yeah,
and we shot film on a Monday, that would come down here on an airplane. It would go to the lab on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday night they would develop it. Wednesday they would do daylights.
During the day, we'd have it on.
And you would pay extra for those daylight transfers.
Like Victoria, when we shot X-Men 2, Victoria,
Right.
you shot on Monday. I had it on Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
Yeah. Right now we're talking.
That's what I just said. Monday, and you had it on Wednesday.
Right, but here we're talking about Monday, and I have it Thursday afternoon, maybe.
That's not good. That's a problem here. Big, scary, lit up director face. That's a problem. If he's having a day, if he's having to wait 4 days, that's going to become a problem. Especially if we're shooting things like sequences like outdoors or on locations where I'm going to have like, why am I pointing this light in my face?
I don't know.
I pointed at you.
Just so I can say the politically correct thing.
There's no politically correct thing. There's honesty. We're an honest production.
Okay. One other new element here. Steve Kaminsky, our post-production supervisor.
Oh, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Could you please take responsibility for everything that's
Steve, how do we speed up? How do we excel the pipeline? How do we make it go faster than film? Now it looks better than film. How do we make it go faster than film?
Faster than film, I don't know.
Obviously, one thing that doesn't speed them up is printing every single take.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to print the same amount of takes that I print when I shoot a movie. Especially when we're at locations which are very tenuous and will eventually be disassembled.
You know, turning the hat around ages you like 16 years. Like 16 years old, 30 years old.
What?
Funny.
Which way is 16? This way, okay. We're going out! This is my look for the night. I've got my passport that says I'm 100 and I'm ready to go out.
There are different rigs for every flying sequence we do on this picture. We're drawing from a vast quantity of technical people, flying expertise from many, many films. And what we do is we figure out what the situation is and what we're dealing with, and we try and draw from the best information possible.
We sit down with other departments, special effects, visual effects.
And basically you just take each component to suit the job. You know, if we can do it physically, it's the best way, but if we can't, then the visual effects help us out.
We are in the process of building a green screen stage that will be strictly that. Superman flying on green, and that will be all the changes of directions. Things that are all going to work with camera manipulation that Tom Siegel's going to bring by us, and as if you're shooting a jet plane that are flying by, and things like that.
A lot of our flying in the past has been on 2 axes, so that you can fly somebody, you know, from me to you, for instance, or up an alley, up a hallway.
We are working on an XYZ configuration which gives us the ability within the volume of the green screen stage to float the subject in the middle and actually move him from side to side, forward and back. We're also working on trying to bank him. We can take him and fly him just like a jet and put him up on end, back and forth, all the different configurations we need to do.
This is a 3-axis rig, so it can spin 360 degrees. It can yaw from side to side, and it can actually spin him as well. On the first Superman, it was a single pole coming out of a screen. But with this, because of the advances of visual effects and taking rigs out, we can do a lot more with this rig, you know, that we could never ever do on the first Superman.
The things the pans can't do, we do on wires, is where he needs to be hit by something, and we see the body tumbling back and coming up into position, changing positions again, and thrusting forward or backwards. Those are all changes of direction that we'll do within the wires.
I mean, I look at it always as a big toolbox where you've got the visual effects, stunts, and the special effects.
All of that is a cumulative effect.
It really is a blend of all these different elements that really, we want the audience to just say, how did they do that?
We're always raising the bar. That's the whole idea of filmmaking, cutting-edge filmmaking.
There we go.
Here we are at the Daily Planet set. The count now with the cabling is something like 38 miles. This is the main lobby. Pretty much everything you see has been created from scratch by these very talented people behind me, actually. They're doing some finishing touches, making sure that once these props are made, that the aging makes it feel like these fixtures have been here for many, many years. Believe it or not, this is the most unassuming room in the entire set, and it probably is one of the most important. And as you can see, we've got these wonderful monolithic sketches on the wall here, which are really an homage to a lot of amazing work through the 30s in terms of architectural renderings and designs. Over here, this is my favorite. Brian doesn't know we've done this. We've got the Brian Singer Award. So, wonder what he'll think of that.
Anytime there's a big boss's office, like for instance the Oval Office in the White House of X-Men 2, I find myself just sitting behind it. This desk is a much more original desk and much more expansive and cooler desk. Let's go, Mara.
You're working on the cartoons for this guy, so go up to him and have a bit of a chat about it, yeah? You're working on different stories.
Opening day of the Daily Planet, and it's conveniently the first day that Clark Kent arrives back to the Daily Planet, starting with a shot of the elevator doors opening and establishing the Daily Planet, all the folks that work there.
What if instead, and open. We actually flood out with the people. Brandon's gonna double time. He's gonna move twice as fast. But maybe one person goes that way, one person kind of walks right by the camera. Like that? Yeah, I love that. Like that.
So it's got a great battery.
Ooh.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Doors opening. Open the door.
Mr. Kent! Hi! Oh my God! Welcome back!
One designer, 3 weeks to design it. 2 machinists, 10, 11 weeks to build it. 20 metres long, 20 tonnes of steel, 6 metres wide. Great deal of money for hydraulics. It's certainly the biggest one that I've built, and a fair bit of sweat and tears. We built this in 3 stages. You have the base layer, big Toblerone in the middle. The next piece, the left to right axis. That's the stuff you'd normally put in a building, and we just had it bent up in a curve. Accumulators underneath, which are basically turbochargers. Probably lift about 30 tonne. I'm going to do a bit of shaking, rattle and roll. That's probably 50%, so it could go a bit rougher than that. Funny thing is, it's all run off this tiny little cable, which is basically feeding all the information that this does back to the computer. So if this goes twang, this whole rig goes. What I like to see is when we start the rig up and we get the extras or the stunt crew on there, watching their faces when we take it for its first ride. It's normally quite an experience.
Well, you'll let the DVD guys go on, right?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I have to buckle you in though. Make sure you're strapped in.
Are you okay?
Catching a cold.
Are you sick?
I don't know. I just started coughing and sneezing.
Okay, well that's the cold, so you can't be near me. My trailer is the pimpest trailer. Check it. It's so pimp. Like a rock star's trailer. Rock star's trailer. Don't hit it. Oh! They're playing logs, like the family, the home family Yule logs. Well, here they call them fire logs.
Fire logs.
Well, if you get enough of them, you have a crashed spaceship. Right now we're shooting Ma Kent driving up to the crash site through the fields in the old jalopy. Wind has been blowing in that direction. Tonight, the one night, we have a big scene on this side of the trench. It's blowing in our direction. That's not good.
Is Eva Marie available?
Hello. This is your close-up, just frozen there, just staring before you get out, what we did last night. So it won't be a sortie, it looks like it's coming out of, okay. Well, yeah, the last minute, like diet down, in other words. That's right. Down. Okay, great, thanks. Do we take 2B marker? Tom, I mean, I don't know, is too fast, too crazy? Or just the way someone drives out to a crash, an alien crash?
That's pretty darn good.
It's like Ma Kent Andretti.
Speed.
Yeah, it seemed good to me. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at playback just to see on the larger screen.
When you are a writer and you're working on a screenplay and you write, he stands behind a beautiful, unbelievable sunset like it was painted by God himself. And then the production manager, like Guy Dias, creates a beautiful sunset like this. We're all very, very proud of him, and we think, you know, he really nailed what was in the script.
What's he going to?
We got a 60.
Okay, guys, cover here.
We got a 61.
Anyone that's busy, I've got earplugs for you.
Okay, Brandon, do it without the ball in your hand. I could still see it as a tiny room. Could you play back the last take?
Watch this. But you won't see in the high def. Yeah. But like.
Oh, that's amazing. Holy shit. It's like Gone with the Wind.
I have no video. I have no video.
This is a little segment we're going to talk about the storyboarding on a Bryan Singer film. We've had a total of 6 storyboard artists who have done some amazing work. We have here Chu and Philip, so I'll pass you over to them.
Board artists are there to work out the ideas, work out how the film will work.
It just sort of gives everybody a visual guide as to what the film might be like.
We get briefs from Guy, from Ryan. We get the creative freedom to add things that we want. And he types up all his suggestions for me. There's a disaster there, some Zod stuff there. We do that, and then we go back for a meeting.
Well, there's lots of input. What areas you've got to shoot off, which angles you can't shoot.
We get everything we need, drawings, footage, photographs, location shots or sets.
Keep everything fun is basically what Bryan really wants us to do. So he'll come in sort of like that, kind of just off the side. I've tried to sort of give every character sort of character trait. And Clark Kent just always pushes his glasses up. Jimmy just sort of pops up everywhere. Because she's on the phone, he's yet again being interrupted. I think it's the sort of thing Jimmy will do.
Basically start in blue, so it doesn't actually come up when you photocopy it. When we decide that that's the drawing that we want, we draw black pencil. You can cut them from different parts of your pages. It's the easiest way to change a scene. And we all draw our Supermans very differently, except Phil will tell you that he has yet to draw it, unfortunately.
Are you there?
Well, for me the film's called Clark Kent.
Not every film boards every scene, but so far we've bought everything, so that's a lot. If there are action sequences that take one paragraph that come up with 50 pages of boards, each page of script will take about, on average, 20 frames. And then if you multiply that by the standard script, which is 120 pages, get it down on paper, don't like it, just draw another one.
It's always fun to work out what the characters are doing and try making the characters live, so yeah, it's good.
This goes for everybody. The story isn't the Blackout, it's Superman.
So we bring them along here. This is the whole, ice. You're actually standing in a riverbed. Right. It's just a dragonfly. And so we bring them along here, okay, and then we follow them around this corner, right, like this. Well, not literally like this, but kind of like this. And then around here, we miss this, okay? Ooh, we didn't see it. We keep going. And here is where we reveal the crystals. Now the question is,
it's probably good because it's like
these are wild pieces.
Look at those pieces. Outside. Those pieces can be put here to create the beginning of the crevasse. Yeah.
Motivates the dialogue, which the end of the dialogue ends in the big reveal. Yeah, Brian's right though. If he hits it around here and they start the dialogue and they walk up.
Can I stand on this?
Yeah, you can.
And
be careful.
They come up and then suddenly, boom, and then the wind and tundra part, boom, on the other side.
And the idea of the shot across the top is really nice.
Beginning of the They keep going up and then bang.
I said just put a sky cam that goes directly over, like an aerial shot, and points. And we should, you could play some of that dialogue just over their heads. It's so large, we should take advantage of it. Less fake, more physical. It's extraordinary. Oh, yeah. Come in here.
Yeah, take them on a tour. Santa's Grotto.
Now, this hasn't been painted yet, so some of it's still blue.
Mind your ankles, guys.
Yeah, watch it. You don't want to twist your legs because it's very. We're gonna go up in here. What are the little X's?
They're all coming out.
Oh, okay.
They're all coming out because they're a bit too dangerous, Brian.
Oh, okay. For the actors.
I'm worried.
Okay.
Wow, this is so much bigger than I thought.
Just make sure that still, because if we're going to shoot straight down, I want to make sure
it's going to have a layer of snow in it. We've got some even high-grade stuff we used on X2.
Okay, so this is all foam, guys?
And then they're going to walk all the way up here.
Yeah, when you actually look right through the hole to the other side, you get that beautiful turquoise glow.
Stand here and behold the Fortress of Solitude. Well, eventually.
When Lex Luthor attempts to infiltrate the Fortress of Solitude, this robot tries to fight him off. It's Superman's pet robot. It's kind of an R2 unit type. It's
very expensive.
Yeah.
Talk about the process of how the two of you write together.
I write the vowels, Mike writes the consonants. We merge them together underwater.
Sometimes it comes together.
It was Brian's idea, and I think we were in total agreement that there's a kind of a canon and archetypal origin story that was told in Superman 1 about Superman.
And what he's always wanted to do was a sort of semi-sequel to the original Donner film, which would treat the Donner film as the origin. And then you just kind of go from there. What if Superman had disappeared after 6 years?
It let us do so many different things thematically, and his return, what does that mean to him? What does that mean to Lois? What can people do in the time since he's been gone?
He comes back to a world which is more violent. There's more at stake now. The disasters have gotten worse, the crimes have gotten worse. Because Brian's always open to ideas and always wants to make something better, that he likes to have us around so that when he's shooting the scene, whether it's take 1 or take 15, he can always turn to us and go, should we try this? Everything has to have a certain logic. It's like, where do his powers come from? Well, they come from the yellow sun. What is kryptonite? Radioactive pieces of his homeworld.
Brian logic issues with, well, what city are we in? Are we in Metropolis or are we in New York? We're in Metropolis.
You can't just assume that an audience knows exactly how and why these things work and exist. It's like there has to be a scientific logic behind everything.
Well, how does Superman differentiate between the different events around the world that he needs to help out? And we had this idea that he kind of shoots straight up through the sky, it goes higher and higher and higher above the cloud layer until he stops, just floating silently high above the earth, just waiting and listening. We'd never really seen it before in film, because we've worked with Brian and Guy and Tom now in 3 movies in a row. Pages go from us to Brian to them, from us to Brian to them. And by the time we're moving into our second draft, there's all kinds of pictures and amazing things about what we just finished.
You do take certain parts of the characters and you stretch them. I mean, the comic books, Lois and Clark / Superman are married. Like, they took that convention and they pushed it forward. And this film, Superman comes back to find out that Lois has moved on with her life. It gives your character of Superman something to confront and possibly grow on, challenges him.
The best way to describe it is a return story. Superman's returning to the big screen, Superman's returning to Earth in the movie.
Hello, I'm David Brighton, the designer of this gimbal. And for those of you who decided on the 777, you were correct.
Most of the shell was built down on the ground and lifted on the steel framework.
We weren't sure if we could actually pick it up in one piece. Worked out the numbers. We're probably looking at 8.5 ton hook to the crane. Then we come off the spreader bar and hooked up to the cockpit itself.
This has been the first time that Brian's been inside the plane.
Rock and roll! Okay.
We'll probably only go to like probably 20%. 20%?
3 out of it. I got 3 out of it. 4. Just go for a little ride, toss a little bit. Yeah.
Toss it up! We're talking about a cylinder that will push 38.5 tons, slightly in excess of 2G. I think it'll be a shocker to start with.
Stunt rigging will be mounting tracks to this section here, which we have to reinforce behind to fly people from one end of the plane to the other. As I understand it, there is a presentation going on at the front.
Welcome. Hi, hi.
They have a power failure. They start dropping 0G into a dive.
So you have a camera down here, and a guy looks up, and she's like on the ceiling, and suddenly the plane lurches. It's like a ping pong match.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
It's going to be organised pandemonium up here on a mobile gimbal, having people flying at the same time.
It's going like this, and she goes.
If you've ever been on a plane that hits heavy turbulence, and I mean heavy turbulence, that's what it's like.
Once something starts rocketing at 7 Gs, going. They're gonna make a vlog about you, so you've gotta give an interview. You know what to say, don't you?
Bryan Singer is the greatest director in the world. Everything he does is right, everything we do is wrong, but we listen and learn. We're getting better every day, and one day we hope to understand at least a sliver of the genius upon which we have been bestowed.
So have you worked on everything together since then?
I've told the whole industry that I'm stuck, or he's stuck. Nobody else will work with me. And I don't blame him, really. Matter of fact, anybody that would work with me, I'd be highly suspicious of.
Is lighting Lex significantly different than lighting Superman?
He's bald.
Have you had to change your work style with these cameras?
We don't really have a work style. Matter of fact, we don't really have any style, even on a personal level. But that way, we're just like a platform and everything else can shine.
Now these were the scenes that convinced the studio to accept your choice of Brandon as your Superman.
Yes.
Could you say that?
Tom Siegel shot that very screen test, and what did we shoot it on?
65mm film.
And that inspired us ultimately to do what?
Go in the completely opposite direction and shoot digital.
As you can see, we have so many of them. They just
you can't have enough. It's pretty good. It looks a lot like film, but cleaner, without the no grain, a little sharper. We have 3 shooting in Los Angeles at this moment in Dodger Stadium. We have 3 here, that makes 6, and we have 2 over in the second. We have 8. The biggest thing I've changed is the way I operate the camera. I've tended to operate more with a remote head off the monitor.
Does shooting video add more versatility?
Video?
Yeah, we don't shoot video. We do digital capture things.
We're the first movie to use the new Genesis camera.
Serial numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. What makes it great and different from other HD cameras is that it was designed to emulate the painterly, if you will, look of film. While you're modernizing it and updating it and making it look new and cool and unlike anything anybody's seen before, it has to be done in a way that still relates back to the sort of the pedigree that Superman has. And you need to give it a little bit of the magic that is Superman.
It's Lex. No, wait, no. It's
What is that? What are you doing? Into his eyes.
Weird.
And go all the way in, and then come out. What is this?
Love previous.
Really develop a whole movie like this, maybe in the last 7 years or so, it's become a really big tool.
This is a cyber scan of Brandon that we got from Sony, and then we put a texture map on, and then they did a high-resolution scan of his face, and they took pictures, and then we just projected him right onto the surface. When you're watching the previs, you don't have to use your imagination, it's Brandon.
We've had a huge previs department on this movie, the biggest on any movie I've worked on. It's kind of interesting the way Bryan works. He'll come in sometimes and say, okay, well, this is how it's written. This is what I need to happen. It's a way to get what's in his head to everyone else.
Camera movements should just be very slow and effortless. Before you get bored of an action, you should be into something new.
I think he trusts his key people, key creatives, which I think is refreshing. He doesn't say, this is exactly what I want. He wants to get the best out of everyone.
Brian really reacts to emotion.
I feel like good.
If we've captured the emotion he's looking for, and he understands the story when he looks at the previous, then he loves it.
He gives hidden clues as to what's important and what it is that we need to adjust.
He slow the planet down to keep the push in. Thanks, yeah, just like a lot, like slow the planet like by 70%.
You're more figuring out timing and just the concept for the shots.
Now I'm bored.
He's very specific, and he has certain points that we have to hit.
His hands sort of shaking maybe to his face, then cut to this shot. And put some heads on this so we can pick up the ship before we tilt up into this.
Yeah, maybe we should just put the ship closer to the center of frame at the beginning of the shot.
When we're animating, cameras are actually building and creating environments, and so we can fly the cameras through these environments. Most of the time, we sort of have the same idea how something should move.
One of the philosophies that we came up with is very much like body surfing when you're riding in the waves, when you use your hands to deflect yourself and to move yourself to the left or move yourself over to the right. Or if he's just kind of at a cruising speed, one hand will drop to the side. Or if he's traveling really fast, both of his hands go forward.
There's a lot of attention to sort of like little character moments, that kind of ground everything in reality.
The back end of the previs process is to take the animatics, break it down to real-world technology. So we put that into a scene where we've modeled out the actual stage. We'll have the motion control rig that they'd want to use, and we'd output an actual file for the system to read so that they can get the exact shot that Brian likes. And sometimes the previs is so good, you just hope that you can live up to its expectations.
So you've got the previs, and then Brian goes out and gets us a shot, and we plug it in. And slowly the sequence starts to take shape.
Here we are in the graphic design department. Let's move around and meet some of these people.
Nadia King, Beth Garlsworth,
Martin Crouch,
Nick Torrey,
graphic designer, graphic technician,
screen graphics supervisor.
I'm the all-purpose Photoshop guy.
Wait a minute, you know what?
Yeah, well,
okay.
That was Nadia's plan, I think.
Well, the process starts with the set designers giving us a plan of the space that we're filling. We collect references and we measure up all of the areas and come up with a list that has every single sign detailed. I then have to go through and come up with a design that Guy is happy with.
News reports about Superman and what he's kind of doing, kind of how many stations and where the stations are and how they kind of relate to kind of what's happening.
It sort of became quite clear that Brian would be requiring a lot of compositing and putting together of images for the production.
It's very broad. You can be doing hand props.
And don't call me chief.
Food packaging.
Superman photos.
Decals for an airplane one day, little medical labels. The next day you can be doing toilet signs.
Taking Kevin Spacey's hair off.
So when Brian was trying to choose the comic book cover, we were basically sent files from DC Comics of one of the originals and we recreated it. I think he chose it because it relates very strongly to the image of Superman that appeals best to him. You can see here the costume really relates well to this original comic. On the next page, this was drawn actually by one of our storyboard artists, Chu, who you've met earlier. Chu actually drew out the comic book step by step, which was then colorized to look like original comic book print. We've actually created a Metropolis city map. The film has a lot of geographical context, so there are certain things that are really important to get right about this very early on.
Then we do everything right down to street names. Every street name is original.
Now, how do you decide which street names there are?
Or your friends or your ex-boyfriends, their names end up as street names. It's the worst ex-boyfriend, of course, gets the worst place and so on. This map is something that Lois writes on, then you need to have all that detail there. The current boyfriend gets the best place, of course.
Do you live on the current boyfriend street?
We tend to work on the premise that everything is seen.
This is my Comic-Con haircut. I'm getting a haircut before I get on a 15-hour plane to Comic-Con. Comic-Con.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, we thought that we'd be a hit, and like 8,000, 9,000 seats, and no one's here except for like this guy.
I feel like I'm going to be showing them an underwhelming.
That's ridiculous. People are going to clap and cheer and make you show it over and over again.
Keep running and running and running.
Going to Comic-Con.
Recording our last words before
You just missed the president of Chile, Brian.
Actually, guys, you still haven't cleared customs. Oh, so I'm going to have to ask you to make this one. It might be 2 minutes.
It's going to be just 9 hours and 12 minutes according to the flight plan once we're off the ground. That's the Honolulu.
That's terrific.
Do you get laid?
Really? That'd be cool.
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's cool.
Too strong.
That's fantastic.
Perfect.
Vodka rocks.
Will this go well with the large amount of sleep aids? Passport with the passport form. What is your usual occupation? Film director. Here we go.
Right now, I have the extreme pleasure of introducing someone to you who has been here before. He understands Comic-Con. He understands you guys. Mr. Brian Singer.
Floating seats, floating seats.
Why was it important for you to fly halfway around the world to come to Comic-Con?
Well, I thought about this because I am in the middle of shooting, and we're shooting very intense days, between 14 and 18 hours. And to be really honest, if it was a fantasy film or science fiction film, it would be possibly different. But this is Comic-Con, and it is Superman.
This is Ripley, last survivor in this room, signing off. And I'm the cat! I'm the cat! No, you're the pussy. Jesus, Jones.
Plus, I'm in Hawaii.
So I was in Hawaii. This was a year ago. I was in Hawaii with Dan and Mike. I sort of pitched my vague idea of what the Superman movie could be, that by the time we were on the flight back to Los Angeles, we had written the first half of Superman Returns.
We returned.
The dual identity issue of Superman Clark Kent has been dealt different ways, and I'm just wondering how you're approaching it in your vision. Which is the disguise, Clark Kent or Superman?
Clark Kent is definitely the disguise. Superman, I think, inhabits three characters. There's Clark on the farm, raised by the Kent family. There's the bumbling Clark, the Clark who has to masquerade at the Daily Planet. And then finally there's Jor-El, the last surviving son of Krypton. He's
Kal-El.
Did I say Jor-El? I said Jor-El. Already I'm screwing myself. I'll get it right. It's right. It's right. Kal-El, the last son of Krypton. His father was Jor-El. His mother's Laura. I know the whole thing. How far away from San Diego? 10 minutes.
Hey, I was wondering, why did you change the Superman casting?
Change it from what?
Well, the colors are darker and the S is different.
Different from what?
The regular Superman comic book.
Well, now, regular Superman comic book, the S has been all kinds of colors and all kinds of sizes. This is what people forget. Since the original Action Comics and the Superman comic itself, it was a tiny S and a yellow S. You don't want to be playing with these colors too much. You don't want to be playing with these patterns too much. It would be like giving Wolverine, 2 claws instead of 1, or excuse me, instead of 3. Sorry, it was so long ago. But in terms of the raising the S, I felt that the silk screen felt a bit dated when filmed now, and it was also the suit that fit the man. When I went back and looked at the other suits, if the S is too large or if it's silk screen, I must tell you, it would have looked kind of, at this point, like a billboard or something, and it had to be just the right proportions. You really have to go back and look and see the evolution of the comic. It's transformed immeasurably in ways that would surprise you.
I'm Gary Sassman, Director of Programming for Comic-Con. The last time Brian was here, we were up in a 4,000 seat room, and tomorrow we'll be in a 6,500 seat room.
It's unbelievable.
Holy sh**. I'm getting nauseous just looking at it.
This is gorgeous. Thank you very much. Behold! I can't see.
You're not wearing the tights, though, under that at all?
Well, I'm wearing tights, but maybe not the ones you...
Thanks a lot.
Hey, thank you.
Good luck.
Stuff that blows up is not ready yet, and it will be very cool, and there will be lots of stuff blowing up. For right now, all we're left with is characters and pathos, and human interaction and story.
Got some good stuff to show us?
A little something.
Let's start with the big question. Where'd you go?
Did you find what you were looking for?
That place was a graveyard. I'm all that's left.
And even if you are the last, you're not alone. Oh!
Sorry, this interview is over.
How come you're ending all my interviews? This is my moment to be famous. When they're with the little piece, and then the whole thing is the idea tripping over the cable. Okay.
There's just too many good things here to not talk about, so let's go and have a look. In the lower left-hand side, we start with a rural area with a very large lake, which has a dam at one side.
So that's an homage to
Superman the movie.
There's a lot of gags in here.
Yes. There we have Martha Kent's trucks. Did you see the dinosaur? It's our little Spielberg homage. We have a drug bust, our homage to Usual Suspects. What happened to the water now?
So is this your homage to the Abyss?
No, this is just a mistake. Down here we've got a little fairground.
It's a log flume. Does a log flume work?
There's a farmhouse which looks eerily similar to a farmhouse in our movie.
You just used the model from the Kent farmhouse.
Yeah.
Busted.
Okay, busted.
The Swiss Alps, Alpine Village. We have the Black Forests of Germany.
There's Mount Rushmore.
Just a little bit of an homage to
Zod, Ursa, and Non.
Eva Marie Saint. Anyway, I should get out of shot because they're about to shoot again.
1 second, Brian.
Here's a shot. Zeppelin gonna go boom across. A helicopter shot, montage close-up of the sunbathe. Boom, eyes, minus the naked one. I might put Cal in a chair. Actually, you know how you do this, Tom?
That's so funny.
This is funny. Right before everything goes crazy. We have to get this. No, yeah.
No.
No? Look at that.
Yeah, my neck can't turn fully around, Brian.
Sorry.
Okay.
Cal?
I'm not that person
I think
from
you're
The
funnier,
Exorcist.
Well, we know the first shot. It's of not this. Good. Pick up the pace.
All right, so again, please, right away. Here we go.
Clear path here, please.
It should be fun-spirited.
Question, Tom.
It is fun-spirited.
You know what it is?
That's it? Look here.
Parker. Parker. Can you hear me?
I'm not what?
This time, wait a longer beat before you turn around and notice them. I will. They have to also hate villains, too.
I wanted to have a mini metropolis in the center of this train set, complete with a tiny daily planet with a little ball on the top that turned around and lit up. You had that in your boards anyway, Brian.
Oh, really? That's where I probably got the idea. You said?
Set, Brian.
And action.
Nice and quiet now, please.
Having fun today?
Oh, yeah.
You can't lose.
You can't lose on a beautiful day on the beach, can you? Unless, of course, you're getting melanoma.
Let's talk right over, folks, if you don't have to be here.
Paparazzi has arrived. Ryan will be thrilled.
Wait, hold on, you got a little hair. Excellent. Why don't you come on camera? See, this is
my job. Yes, get on camera.
Oh, yes, this is Joe Everett, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Everett now has paparazzi. There are two over there.
Well, I don't.
There's
They don't
one over
belong to
there
me.
who switch positions, and there's another one on a radio. What I find extremely interesting is the lengths that people go to take photographs of actors and whatnot, things happening on a movie set. For instance, it's almost like an anthropological study of the photographer and our loyal grips as they prevent him from getting his precious photo.
So all I'm trying to do is get a photo of Kevin. What they don't realise is there's 3 other photographers.
We gotta shave your head. and make the paparazzi think that you're Lex Luthor.
We can break the mirrors out.
That's what they've suggested, hitting them with mirrors. But you know what? You can't hit all of them. And there is a bit of cruelty. Remember the paparazzi? They all had those giant lenses. Then Brandon, we brought him right up, and they were like, ah, the lens was too long. And sometimes they just give up. I'll tell you something. I never would give up. All right, let's go shoot. Do you think I looked okay for that little announcement?
How'd you know it was me? Don't you know that I have X-ray vision? Oh, sure, just like Superman.
Mr. Clark! I mean Kent! Mr. Kent! Welcome back! Oh my god!
I have a picture of myself at every age, I think, until I was like, 20 years old, dressed as Superman. It's a little embarrassing. Sometimes I'm just the shirt, no pants. I do that a lot.
Just got a flash. There's a dirigible flying over the airport with a guy hanging from a rope.
Let's see, Jim.
I still want to know what...
This is Jack Larson, who's playing a bartender. He was the original Jimmy Olsen in the original George Reeves series in the 1950s.
Hello, sir. Nice to meet you. I'm sure.
Step on it, Jim.
Speed limit 35, Miss Lena. I don't want to get a ticket.
You're right.
I was doing very well in New York when Superman went on the air, and suddenly we were all this popular thing. Oh, it's wonderful to meet a new Jimmy Olsen.
It's a behemoth of a movie, and so to see these immense sets and actually be able to be a part of them makes every day exciting.
But I'm really looking forward to our stuff, and it's on Wednesday. And I'm really nervous about it.
Have you ever been a bartender? Have you ever attended?
Never.
I'm sure, and you'll see why.
I don't drink. I come from a Quaker community. We got a f***ing Quaker behind this place.
Oh, brilliant. I hardly ever drink.
We can.
Oh, so you got to decide how many beers. Actually, set dress. Rob can teach you how to drink. He drinks every day. I don't want to be using super telephoto lenses. I also don't want wide lenses. I just want to be somewhere like 65 millimeter, but intimate. Okay. Dude, if I didn't have one shot and the second beer, I'd be gone.
Oh, hi, Jimmy. How you doing?
I'm good.
What can I do for your friend here?
Hey, isn't Lois on that way? Maybe we should get...
I don't know if I'm ever going to do anything that's kind of this cool ever again.
Yeah, because you're going to do Superman 2 and 3.
Well, that would, I hope that's, yes.
Hello. We're gonna go over to the big Superman Returns water park scene. Whoops. Bobby, move that. Puppies. Hey. I hate dogs. Is it safe? Or Richard's gonna be flying the seaplane up on the choppy water, so I'm gonna go direct him. Oh, have you seen the tank? Well, 300,000 liters.
Brian wanted a very specific plane for Richard. He is, in many ways, a reflection of Superman, a human version of Superman. He needed him to be dynamic and feel like he was a knight in shining armor. What we've done is use minimum steel work so we can keep the weight down on this plane. Why are we making out of steel and not aluminium the way planes are made? Simple. We have to have this thing to be absolutely strong and absolutely safe when at least 3 key actors are inside.
Okay, my neck is okay. Rolling. Excellent.
Why are you covering your wheel with plastic, Howard? Why do you repeat things?
Why, don't touch my wheel.
Oh, what do these do?
Okay, no. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Just do it different.
This isn't trying. This isn't.
Okay, that wasn't even a real sentence.
That is what I asked for.
Okay.
I asked him to show me him trying to get it off the water.
I got all I need. Turn.
We're about to test a dump tank, which means these are full of thousands of pounds of water, which will come down and move the water beneath the seaplane like waves or like surf.
Eyes. Okay. Now turn. Slower. Go back. Just slower. Jimmy. Okay. Explain why we have a seaplane.
The whole seaplane thing came from like not wanting to have helicopters for everything.
No, Brian, that's not going to be there on the day.
Well, what do you mean we won't have a helicopter on the day? Well, we didn't talk about it, but it's fine. Keep rolling.
I love this tail. I mean, it's like right out of the 1950s. It's beautiful, don't you think? Like 60s. So this is like what my, it's like the
okay, give him the line. What's the line?
But like shooting over that and basically getting a sense of.
How old do you have to be to have Alzheimer's? the line. Superman. Do it different.
Emptiness. There's no Superman. There's nobody, and.
Just want to check the grammar on that. Cut.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's fine. I'll never use it, but it's fine. Later. Ow! JP! Oh, my doctor.
I'm just gonna take this off for a second.
Does Louise know?
Yeah. When we did these, Kitty Kowalski was kind of like a generic trophy girlfriend, beautiful and then probably overdressed. Then when Parker Posey was cast, she brought this whole other dimension to it. She was doing these little poses for her fitting photos, and it was just like a real conceptual first fitting. And I said, God, you know who you look like, Parker? You look like that maid who did it, the bad maid in Death on the Nile. And she said, oh, that's it. I'm obsessed with old movie stars. That's it. And yeah, I think the whole thing was a little tough for Brian to swallow. This is a breakfast at Tiffany's option. Check out her sailing outfit. That's just something she wears around the deck. I'd have a riding outfit. Yeah, I think it's extreme. I mean, it's really, she's in outfits. You should see her ski suit. It's so rich. There's always a lot of jewelry going on. More pearls than any woman should wear. I hope Brian doesn't have a heart attack. It's just awesome. Look at it.
Oh, they're pants.
They're pants. They're great. A range of different ideas of who this Lex could be. Brian really wanted him to be kind of clean and elegant, and Kevin was very happy with that decision too. It's like Savile Row. It's extremely rich, extremely tailored, all bespoke, everything. It's bespoke. That's Lex Luthor. Yeah, it's military with his trousers tucked into his boots. It's got certain overtones for sure. How crazy do you want Lex's hair, to be, Brian? Do you want him to have a Mac Davis? You want him to have a Donald Trump? No was the answer to both.
The idea is to not let the toupees be too much beyond what would be his real hair, so it's not like he's wearing a bunch of wigs. He's wearing pieces of human hair.
Schuster, it's a little, I don't know, it's an odd name, isn't it?
I don't know what
I don't know what he's thinking. I think we need to move the wall inside there like 5 feet, because it's too small. It's too small. It's too small? It's too small. We won't dwell on that. We'll just change it. We'll just do something different that isn't quite so, it's the word I'm looking for. Outre.
Well, I don't know if you've seen our suit, but I don't know.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking.
Outre?
Yeah.
The problem with this is I can see the wires. It's kind of like a Peter Pan stage show, isn't it? It's going to be sort of like the black hole. You're just going to see all the wires. Remember that movie?
He was inspired by Mary Martin's original performance on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's Brandon, huh? Huh.
We're not recasting.
We're not recasting. Okay. No, understood.
Oh, hey, Brandon. This is Frank Darabont.
Frank, how are you?
Very nice to meet you.
Oh, it's great to meet you.
Clark Kent, our Superman.
Wow, excellent.
Brilliant actor.
Thank you. What are you worried about the wires? Because I am.
You know, we've been a little concerned about Brian, and Frank here came in and helped out on the King Kong movie.
Yeah, we just opened the Kong. Oh, right. So we need to sort of super the thing up. Okay. And there's a whole costume. It's got a whole new costume for you. You know, because the old one is, let's face it, it's very dated, don't you think?
The new one's dated already?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Rewind. We'll go to the.
Dress some stuff here.
Yeah, that. Yeah, and then I'll put in the glunk 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 glunk. Like just something like this thing is not the. It's like, but this thing just.
Okay, it's gonna be good.
I had no idea the plane was gonna be out there. I thought the plane would probably be against here.
That's huge.
Whatever you need, just in that. You need water, you need anything.
Oh, thank you.
Brian kind of restrips the background.
Right.
My concern is you and making sure you're happy with it. So,
excellent.
A studio has to be pretty committed, to kind of take this measure. It's pretty impossible. But, if the impossible can be possible, anything's possible. It's heading over, right?
What's going on?
Tristan's up in the window here. Yeah. Kate's gonna walk out to remark him.
He looks a little old.
Yes, that's our stand-in.
Oh, okay.
Wave or something, Lawrence. Do something. Okay, good.
Yeah, Lawrence. Okay, good. Great. Well, let me go talk to.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
You want to. It's, I guess, just a little bit more pressure than usual in a way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. See, the thing is, I'm taking over.
What, like
the movie, I'm taking over. Brian's out. They haven't really told him yet. I think they've escorted him off the site. And,
why? Oh my God.
Yeah, well.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Want to do like a better shot?
Yeah.
Just something not quite so lame.
Tom, I'm just.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think this might have come as a bit of a shock to Cade. She looks a little unsettled.
Yeah, go ahead.
Marks. Brian likes to scream a lot, so if you want to scream. Brian likes to scream a lot.
Camera. Action.
Camera was a little.
Yeah, I think we need another one.
Yeah, a little awkward there.
Yes.
Isn't it? Conversation with her. Sorry. When you turn and look back to Tristan, hold that look just a bit longer. Just a little bit longer, just for a little extra cut.
Okay. Right.
Cut.
Brian wanted to give him a jetpack, because Brian was like, well, how does he fly? We have to know how he flies. Just give him a jetpack.
I know. It took forever to get the laser beams attached to his eyes off.
Would you mind handing that to Brian, please? Or Frank, or
Frank.
Oh, it is? Sorry, Zoe? Would you mind handing that to Frank? Thank you. Sorry, sir.
That's okay.
Hey, here we go. Stand by, please. All right, Tristan will be in the window.
Something to get used to.
krypton, element 36, is present in the air at about 1 parts per million. It is characterized by its brilliant green and orange spectral lines. Solid krypton is a wide crystalline substance, and some are very sharp.
Krypton is a gas, whereas kryptonite would be estimated to have an atomic number of roughly 150. That give and take allows us to not know. I'll sometimes store them in the jar, wrap it in a shirt and stick it in my bag, depending on where I'm going.
Under normal conditions, krypton is a colorless, odorless, fairly expensive gas.
Because I was talking about Sudafed.
Now you just copy that out of a book, or I mean, do you actually understand that?
That was the interesting thing, I guess, is I went to college, so I took a fairly wide variety of classes because I wanted to learn about stuff. I have an example of square or cubic.
Oh, dude, that is so.
Yeah, sorry.
You gonna take a second?
Yeah. These windows don't open. Wash your hands. You should wash your hands.
Right now?
Yeah, you should wash your hands. Because it might have leaked. You should wash your hands.
2 or 3 spontaneous nosebleeds since we started shooting.
And that's, all 3 of them happened on set. And the first one I passed off. I was like, oh, it's because of jet lag and whatever. And the second one, I was like, oh, it's the weather change. The third one, I played off like I was picking my nose, which I thought was disgusting. That I'm sitting here on the set with like Kevin Spacey, Bryan Singer, Parker Posey, and I have to pretend that I'm picking my nose in order to justify why it's bleeding. It's become clear that it's from the crystal growth.
But what about the rash?
Let me check it, hang on.
Oh, that's not so bad. What the?
See? See? And look, and all back like.
Dude, it's a little pustules.
All like.
You should go to the nurse.
And what am I gonna say?
Studio nurse. I don't know.
How do I know it's not from random girl number 5?
God knows what you picked up.
You're making me uncomfortable with the rash.
I'm making you uncomfortable with the rash.
Yes. You're such a hypochondriac. They're not. One is a skin thing, and maybe slightly under the epidermis, but. Let me play this again, Duro. There were Krypton itself